Good morning, yogi friends. I don't know who's here with me this morning, but whoever is, I appreciate you. Excuse me. So as some of you know, COVID has come to visit my home, and I've been dealing with it for at least the past week. So not feeling up to par, but well enough that we can do a gentle practice this morning, and I wanted to keep moving. And honestly, my practice or yoga asanas were a lifesaver for me during COVID because of the breathing issues and wanting to keep moving, and that's what is prescribed, that no matter how awful you feel, try to keep moving to keep that oxygen flowing. And the other thing that happened for me was that I just ached and hurt so bad and didn't want to move, but I pushed myself through, and I'm so glad that I did, because the asanas that I did, and I'm going to be doing some of those in our practice this morning, were really helpful in keeping everything lubricated. So I'm on the other side, and I'm happy to be moving back into my regular practice. So the theme today and my affirmation is I'm alive. I am alive. And so we're going to celebrate being alive this morning. Let's start by coming and standing on the mat and coming into mountain pose, just grounding into the earth, being thankful for being alive, and enjoying the snow if that's where you are. We have a lot of it on the ground here. And we're just going to start off with some what my friend Ashley Hagen calls wheel breathing. And it's a great way to start when your breathing hasn't been that great, and I just want to take in that oxygen and get things moving. So the way we do this is we bring our hands, sweep them up to our shoulders, taking a breath in, deep breath. And as we let it go, we push it away and down. So let's do that together, bringing that air in, pushing it out and down. And let's just do that with a little bit of movement, making the legs flexible here, coming up to the shoulders. Pushing it out. Good morning, Daisy, and down. Coming up and out and down. Let's do that a couple more times. Taking a deep breath in, pushing it out and down. One more time, in and out and down. Nice. Coming back into our mountain pose, we're going to take those arms out and up. Down to heart center, and we're going to take a moment to set an intention for our morning practice. And this intention could be based on the affirmation of I am alive, or you might have something else that you want to focus on for today. It's all up to you. Whatever it is, breathe in that intention and let it go with a sigh. Very good. Drop those hands, send them down and around and up, and take a bend over to the right. leaning over. Boy, when I was sick, I could not even do this comfortably. It was amazing what a toll the illness has on your body. I was just so happy to be able to move. I was happy to get up to go to the bathroom sometimes and take it over to the other side. It's amazing how it's the little things that we're grateful for. And lift it up. We're going to find some movement here, just bending from side to side. So I like to have the movement in my practice, and even if it's the subtle movements, it's wonderful that we can move at all, celebrating I'm alive, I'm able to move. And let's stop here, and we're just going to twist from side to side, letting those arms come around, getting some vibration as they bounce around against our bodies. Vibrating our bodies, sending our good vibrations out in the world, and generating a little heat this morning. We're gonna need it. I think it's very cold outside this morning. Haven't been out yet, but I will be with my dog, who's trying to get my attention right now. She's so good at it. All right, very good. And bring those arms up, and we're going to bend the elbows as we bring those fingertips to the back of the neck, giving yourself a little neck massage. Shining that heart forward as we open up the heart and lungs. We're going to take a deep breath in. And then bring those elbows forward, tucking the chin, coming forward. Almost bringing the elbows to kiss. Maybe you can. I'm not there yet. And open back up. And let's get a little flow going. So we're going to flow forward and back and forward and back and one more forward and back, and we're going to float those fingertips back behind our back, clasping the hands, pulling the knuckles down, shining that heart forward. And letting go. Let's shake those hands out. And hello, Daisy. I'm doing a little up dog. We're going to just lower down, slowly bending the knees, walking those hands down the legs. Bring the arms flat, walking them out a little bit, and bringing the knees down, coming onto our tabletop. This is one of those poses that really helped when my back and my legs were hurting so badly, laying in bed for days on end. And what I did was some organic movement, so bumping those hips over to the right. We're going to circle around to the left, to the front, and back around, moving that whole body, getting everything going. And let's take it to the other side. almost didn't show up today, but there's something so empowering showing up to the mat, just showing up for yourself, and then having other people along for the ride just made me rise to the occasion. I love being with other people doing this. And we're going to come back into child's pose, sending those arms out in front of us long, stretching out that lower back. And then walk those hands over to the left side. And we're stretching open the side body here. Noticing a deep stretch in the right side. And then walking those hands over to the right. I don't know if you have a dog who is in your way. You might. I see many yogis have pets joining them. And let it go, breathing open and breathing into those tight spaces. And bring it back to the center. We're going to walk those hands forward, pulling ourselves over all the way, bringing the belly to the mat. Taking a gentle lift up into cobra. And letting it go. Let's do that again. Gentle lift up as we take a breath in. And let it go. Let's get some movement in here. So we're going to lift up, lower down, push back, walk those hands, coming into a cat pose, and back to child's pose. And then we're going to right away pull ourselves all the way to the floor, lifting up to cobra and lowering. Push back to cat, pulling that navel to spine, and lower down to child's pose. Do that one more time, pulling all the way forward, lifting up to cobra, and lower back down, push up to cat, and all the way down to child's pose. Very good. Come back up to tabletop. And we're going to take that right foot, send it out long. Leg is active. So that means that we're going to flex the foot, hold it there, and add the left hand reaching out long. My balance is not great this morning, so if I topple and fall, I'll get right back up again, and you just keep going. We're going to take a breath in, and as we let the breath go, bring knee to elbow, and send it back out. Knee to elbow, send it back out. Knee to elbow, send it back out, and release it back down. Let's send that left leg out long behind us, pushing that heel out, energetically flexing the foot. Raise that right hand out in front of us, finding some balance here. I'm still finding it. I'm still looking for it. And we'll take the knee to elbow, taking a breath in, And knee to elbow. Send it out long. And knee to elbow. Send it out long. Knee to elbow. And send it out long. And release. Nice. So let's tuck those toes under. We're going to send everything up, coming into a down dog. And let's pedal out the feet. We're not going to do anything too strenuous with this morning, as I'm still recovering. We're just going to pedal those feet out. Let's do one sun salutation. So we're going to walk those feet to the front of the mat. Actually, keep those knees bent. And we're going to lean that chest on, just rest the chest on the knees. Letting that head hang heavy. And if you want to, maybe grab the opposite elbows and hang. Again, this is one of those poses that felt so good after laying in bed for days on end. And release those hands to the ground, and we're going to rise on up. Take those arms overhead. Good morning, sunshine. Hands come together and bring them to heart center. So grateful for the day, the new day. And drop those hands down and around and up and forward fold, bending those knees. Come into half lift. And pressing those hands into the shins as we take that half lift and lower down. And we're going to step it on back to a plank. Drop those knees again. Walk those hands back to the knees. And we're going to come into a gate pose. So we're sending those arms out to the side long to find balance. And we're going to take that right leg out to the side and reach up overhead with the left arm as we take a side bend. The gate pose representing opening up ourselves for possibilities. It's a new day. I'm alive. I'm going to be open to all possibilities and release it. Bring that right knee down, send that left leg out long, and take that right hand up and over the head, bending over to the side. Saying hello to possibilities. Saying goodbye to fear and all that doesn't serve us. And release it. Bring that knee back down. We're going to take those arms up overhead. Drop that right hand behind us to reach for the right heel as we come into a half camel. So we're making a twisting motion here. And then bring that right hand back up as you float that left hand down, coming over to the other side. and bring that left hand up, and hands come back down to the earth. And let's just rock back and forth, since this is my friend Suzanne's, one of her favorites, one of my favorites too. Rock back and forth, getting some movement going. And as we rock forward on this one, we're going to take that right knee back behind the left, because we need to stretch those hips out, and we're going to push ourselves all the way back to seated. Just finding your cow pose here. And if it's in your practice to do the arms as well, please feel free to do so. I'm going to keep it right here because I'm not quite at that point yet. I'm actually working up a sweat just doing what I'm doing. Wow. I might just raise my arms up overhead and lean forward. Getting a little deeper stretch in the legs. Raise those hands up and bring them all the way around to roll back down to tabletop. And with that rocking motion again, rocking back and forth. As you rock forward, bring that left knee behind the right knee and sit it all the way back. I wonder if there's a pose called seated dog. Maybe you just invented that, Daisy. In your cow pose, you can choose whatever arm pose you would like. Yogi's choice. I'm going to take my arms up overhead and reach out in front of me, bending over, getting a little deeper stretch in the legs. And pushing it back and rocking forward, coming back into all fours. Let's do one more sun salutation. Tucking those toes under, sending the hips up to the sky, coming into down dog. We're going to walk those feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. I'm actually feeling a little stretchier here. Come to half lift and lower down. Rise up. I am alive. Reaching to the sky. Hands come to heart center. And hands come down and around and up and come into forward fold. Take a half lift and lower. Hands come to the mat, and we're going to send that right foot, left, your other right, center left foot back. And we're coming into a low lunge. And we're going to drop that left knee to the mat and rise up, bringing those hands up to the sky. And then bend those elbows as we shine that heart up. And as you're in this posture, just notice what sensations come up. You might feel it in your legs. You might feel it in your chest. And then send those arms back up to the sky. Hands come down to frame the foot. Bring that left foot forward to meet the right. Come into a half lift and lower, and send that right foot back. For our low lunge, drop that right knee. Raise those hands, up overhead, keeping your balance. Elbows bend, getting deeper into the lunge, shining that heart to the sky. I am alive. Hello, world. And just taking inventory of what your body feels like in this moment. And raise those hands up overhead, framing the foot, tucking that back toe under, and send the left foot back to meet the right. So we're in a plank. Drop those knees and lower your body all the way to the mat. Taking a lift to cobra. And lower back down. Push back to child's pose. And then we're going to pull up, coming into seated pose to round out our practice. All right, so as you're in seated pose, you can choose wherever you want to hold your hands, either gently, palms down on the knees or palms up, whatever works for you, or just cradling them in your lap. So focusing on I'm alive today, maybe close off the eyes, and as you are settling in to your body now, after having done some movement, take some inventory of what it feels like to have the blood coursing through your veins and sending life through your body, waking everything up. Noticing any small sensations. Maybe you notice your pulse in your neck. Maybe you have an itch that you have to scratch. Maybe you notice the tension in your neck that still needs to be worked out because Cheryl didn't do enough neck stretching to warm us up. What is your body telling you it needs? As you celebrate being alive, how will you celebrate? How will you take care of your body? You may be doing a lot right now already, and that's great. So stick with it. What motivates you? What helps you to stay consistent? And one of the things that helps me to stay consistent is to find accountability partners, to find community. And community is so important, especially right now when we're so isolated. So it really involves a lot of intentional reaching out, maybe sending an email, a text, posting a question to your community on social media, maybe just saying, hey, I'm here for you, who needs to talk? You know, that's how we stay connected. I was very grateful for the people who reached out to me with some tender, loving care as I was battling COVID and just stuck in a room by myself. That was so hard. I am such a social creature. I miss people. I miss the hugs. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to on the other side of all of this. The hugs. And when I feel the hugs, that's when I truly feel alive. I'm going to leave you with this challenge today, my friends. I want you to think about what it is that makes you feel alive. What do you connect with? What resonates for you? What energizes you? And do it. Connect with it. Be present. And flutter open the eyes. And I'm going to round out our practice here. Send those arms up to the sky. Taking in a deep breath. Hands come together. Bring them to heart center. One more deep breath in. And let it go with a sigh. Welcome to a new day, my friends. Maybe a fruitful one, and I hope you are inspired to go out and just pursue whatever makes you feel alive. From my heart to yours, namaste.